Romances start with a kiss. Some start with a spark. But the rarest ones, the dangerous ones, that start in the mind, where attraction isn't about looks or chemistry, but the thrilling collision of two brilliant inner worlds. I call it intellectual romance. It began with one question, not what's your name, not where are you from, but something far more reckless. Do you believe two minds can recognize each other before their bodies ever met? Well, a simple question, but everything shifted. People think attraction starts with sights, but sometimes it starts with thoughts, with curiosity, with a sentence that rearranges your heartbeats. Most conversation end without knowing where it's coming from. This one didn't. It stretched, expanded, folded into midnights. They talk like explorers. Ideas became maps. Words became coordinates. Every laugh felt like a bridge between two private worlds. There was no flirtation, no physical tension, just the subtle pull of two minds, turning themselves to the same frequency. That's what I call intellectual romance. You exchange books, you scribble notes, question written in margins, everyday idea felt like invitation into a new room inside each other's mind. Have you ever gotten such experience of intellectual romance? Intellectual romance seduces gently, but it hits deeper than anything physical ever could. One day, the shift happened, not in lightning, not in dramatic confession, but in silence. They sat together saying nothing and somehow said everything. Two hands reached out for the same book. A breath caught, a tiny hesitation. Attraction didn't roar, it whispered. It whispered in shared glances, in unfinished sentences, in questions with double meanings. Intellectual romance is not urgent. If you're in a haste, please don't avoid intellectual romance. It is precise. It waits until your guard is down. Like, it waits, it's patient. It will wait until your guard is finally down and your mind is wide open to receive that love. This is where it gets dangerous. Because once you connect with someone mentally, you start thinking in their voice. You start seeing through their metaphors. You begin to crave their perspective like oxygen. Their words becomes anchors. Their idea become electric. Their presence becomes the intellectually addictive and kind that you can never ever detoxify from or detox from. Oh my God. They didn't touch you, but their minds held hands. They didn't touch you, but their mind held your hands. And sometimes the most intimate contact there is. Then came the undertow, the feeling neither one wanted to name. Most times they don't like to say it, but they are in love already. Call it longing, call it connection, call it unspoken desire. Whatever it was, it lived in the spaces between their conversation. Voice notes played twice, messages typed, deleted, and typed again. Okay? A deep breath before eating send. When you see their call, your mind start doing biz. Intellectual romance is subtle, but it's not weak. It builds pressure quietly until simple conversations feels like confessions and shared silence feels like a vow. I've never seen such love. I bet you've never experienced love. Then came the realization they weren't just exchanging ideas. They were exchanging themselves. They were exchanging themselves. Every thought, every question, every shared theory wove their minds together like threads pulled tight. That's it. Attraction is easy. Chemistry is common. But the rarest thing is finding someone whose mind feels like home. Yeah. You know, some people kiss your lips, some kiss your body, but intellectual lovers, they kiss your reality. And once they do, I bet you, nothing tastes the same again. Kindly subscribe to this channel. Follow me for more. I am your presenter. Jane Fumi Jacob. Bye for now.